Psychology says if you use AI tools regularly, your brain is rewiring itself right now in ways you can't reverse. This isn't about productivity. This is about permanent neurological damage happening every time you outsource your thinking. 1. You're losing the ability to think deeply. Every time you ask AI to solve a problem, instead of struggling through it yourself, your brain stops doing what psychologists call effortful processing. Deep thinking builds neural pathways, but when you skip the struggle, those pathways weaken. Studies show people who outsource cognitive tasks lose measurable critical thinking skills in just 3 months. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for complex reasoning, literally starts to shrink. Neuroscientists call this use it or lose it, and once those connections die, rebuilding them takes years. 2. Your memory is dying faster than you realize. Memory works through encoding, where your brain transforms information into stored knowledge. But when AI gives instant answers, encoding never happens. You're not learning. You're renting information and forgetting it immediately. Research proves people who depend on AI retain almost nothing long-term. Psychologists call this digital amnesia. The worst part? It's a vicious cycle. Weak memory makes you use AI more, which makes memory weaker. And the psychological cost is brutal. Memory loss destroys confidence, creates anxiety, and makes your brain believe it can't function alone. 3. You're developing psychological dependency. This isn't habit. This is addiction. Every time AI solves something for you, your brain releases dopamine without effort. Normally, dopamine comes after hard work. With AI, you get the reward for free. Your brain craves this shortcut. Studies show people develop real anxiety when separated from AI tools. They feel paralyzed, unable to think or decide without it. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. Your brain stops believing it can solve problems independently, and breaking this pattern requires actual therapy. This is a clinical condition. 4. Your creativity is dying. Creativity requires your brain to explore, wander, make connections between unrelated ideas. Neuroscientists call this diffuse thinking, but AI kills that process. It answers so fast your brain never enters creative mode. Research shows people who outsource creative work lose original thinking ability in 2 weeks. Your brain stops generating ideas because it knows AI does it better, and the damage goes deep. Loss of creativity destroys self-worth and identity. You start asking, if AI does what I do, what's my value? That question erodes you from the inside. 5. You're training yourself to be cognitively lazy. Cognitive effort is a muscle. AI is atrophy. Your brain is programmed to conserve energy, so it will always choose the shortcut. Every time you ask AI instead of thinking, you reinforce laziness, and it compounds. The more you avoid effort, the harder thinking becomes. Your tolerance for difficulty drops, your attention span shrinks. Eventually, you become incapable of deep work without AI. Studies prove this isn't willpower. Your brain physically restructures itself to avoid effort. This damage is happening now. Every time you let AI think for you, you're building a dependent brain. The pathways you strengthen are dependency. The ones you weaken are independence. Psychology says the brain you have in 5 years depends on what you do today. You're not just losing skills, you're rewiring your operating system. If you want more psychology videos revealing what technology does to your mind, subscribe now, because the next video might protect your brain before the damage becomes permanent.